And hello, all my fellow nerds out there. This is Oracle Nerd Richie, and welcome back once again to Danganronpa Lapse. So last time we got through days 1 and 2. We're on to day 3 in chapter 1, and we also have free time. Free time, I guess, to look through talent motivations, I suppose. So so we're in the first spoiler. We're gonna be talking to people about this sort of motivation question. Let's go ahead and I kind of want to talk to Say first. Let's try to find Say. Art and I saw Say in the kitchen, poking at the digital screen. I haven't eaten since yesterday. Say? What's the matter? Oh, it's no use. I don't know how to use the screen thing. It doesn't register my taps. Huh? You need to tap with your bracelet to the screen first, then you can choose a meal. What? She raises her right arm and scans her bracelet on the screen, activating the display. This is embarrassing. I'm not right-handed, so I didn't think about it. Glad I could help. Say pokes at the screen, ordering a rice porridge with pickled vegetables. Everyone's got their own taste, I suppose, but I'm not really a porridge guy. Yep, Say. Echo, let's get something too, so she doesn't have to eat alone. I would say and I shared a small meal together. After we finished, Say quietly sat in the dining hall and fiddled with her reins. She let out a big, exasperated sigh. It's really no use. What's wrong? I can't get used to anything around here. Maybe because I'm kind of forgetful, but I went so long without eating because I couldn't figure out the menu thing. You shouldn't go so long without eating. If you need help with anything, you can always ask one of your friends here. Friends? Was that too forward? No, it's just I don't talk to you all much, so I didn't believe you thought of me as a friend. Aw, don't say that. There's no reason we wouldn't call you a friend, right? Uh, She stopped there, but I saw a small smile turn into the corner of her lips. Oh, so get down to business. Business? We came by to ask you to see about that question thing. We came by to see you to ask you about that question thing. Question thing? You mean the forced motive question? Yeah, a group of us were talking about it in the dining hall over breakfast. We were wondering if you had any thoughts about it. I don't know. Seems straightforward. I'm a detail-oriented person, and watches are full of little mechanisms. Although, I guess I can get lost in those details and miss the big picture, like just now. But then again, after all the gear design differences under the face of the watch, the outcome is still fixed. A timepiece, right? Yeah, I don't really understand what the question is supposed to be all about. Sorry. No worries. We all don't know either, so we're just going around getting everyone's opinion. Oh, I see. Well, good luck figuring it out then. Say clams up and quickly scuttles off before we can say anything else. Oh, bye? She's kind of antsy, huh? Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Say. Okay, let's go over to Forte. Forte's probably where I think he is. Ah, Art and Echo. What brings you here? Art here was curious about your opinion of the forced motive question. Yeah, why opera? Isn't it boring? Art full of tact, I see. Aha! It's quite the opposite of boring. Performances are very rich and can shake the viewer to their core. Opera is a wonderful art that combines raw vocal emotion with the physical beauty of expressing yourself with your very being. Oh. Wanna hit us with some bars? Forte's operatic voice. To say I was a little curious would be an understatement. Oh no, I couldn't perform under these conditions. But the conditions of the heart, of course. Can we ask why that is? Well, you see, I haven't been able to properly express myself since the tragedy struck my hometown. We lost a friend in our community. Sir Hyde. One of our most loyal friends. One of his favorite pastimes, including long walks in the park, with the wind gently brushing through his ears. Wait, is he talking about what I think he's talking about? Your lost dog? Art? Yes, I'm still rather fragile about it. I'm sorry. That sucks, man. Si, davvero. I suppose it's different experiencing the tragedy than performing it. Precisely. I've been troubled since. What kind of dog was he? A German Shepherd of 13 years. Oh, I'm sure you gave him a grateful life, with lots of music, of course. Forte's lips turned to a small grin. Indeed, the dog is man's best friend, are they not? It would have been unseemly of me to treat him not unlike my own family. He had such charm and wit, howling along my practice. Why, I dare say he prevented me from practicing times more often than not. Sir Hyde loved to command the attention of always gaiety. I couldn't help but smirk at the idea of his dog on a theater stage. It was a sweet thought. Yeah, just remember the good old times with Mr. Hyde. Indeed I shall. Thank you, Art. Oh, that's sweet. After a small chat, Art and I thanked Forte for his time and paused near the theater exit to collect our thoughts. I bet his dog was really fun to play with. Anyway, what did we learn? I don't think we got an answer to the question as much as we did a description of what opera is. I think we did. Forte's kind of a dramatic guy, sure, but I think he's very in tune with his emotions. Just like opera. Satisfied with the answer, Art nodded in understanding. And despite him jumping straight to Forte's worries, Art seemed to have helped Forte recall his fondness for his late friend. Alright, second floor. And Lionel's still location unknown. Let's just get that out of the way. I wonder. Yep, I knew it. I looked around for Lyle, but he remained as elusive as ever. What the heck? Where's Lyle? Don't know. I'm certain we would have ran into him by now. If we run around somewhere, we're bound to find him sooner or later. Alright, Ken and Ota. Ken can't avoid us forever. Also, I kind of like the pun of her name, like Canon Ota. Canon's a brand of camera, and she's a photographer. Canon was in the atrium, photographing some of the greenery in the center of the Grand Hall. Art and I hid away behind some bushes, watching quietly. Hey, I know you two are there. Be quiet until I'm done. We watched in silence as she snapped various photos of plants. Out with it. What do you want? Rico is curious about your talent in relation to the force motive question. Way to throw me under the bus. Yeah, I just want to hear your thoughts. There's not much to say. I know who I am. I'm a photographer, a behind-the-scenes kind of person who brings others' visions to life and captures them for eternity. Was this rehearsed or what? No, I just know who I am. With a certainty. Just as Kenna was about to make a dramatic exit on that lingering note, Pandora caught her on the way out. Oh, Kenan, just the person I wanted to see. Is this about the motive question as well? Indeed. Rook, Rookenfigure, Rookenfigure is an interesting subject. Would you mind if I ask what draws you to it? Yes, I do mind. It's niche, and I don't want to waste my breath explaining these nuances to people who wouldn't understand. No activity is so niche that it's acted upon without love, you know. Whatever. Leave me alone. Did I offend you? No. Just, why are you all bombarding me with questions? We're not close. This is how we get close. We make small talk and learn about each other. It's all in good spirit. Well, I really wish you wouldn't bother. Canon ends the conversation for us again and disappears from the atrium. Well, I guess that's that. Sorry you had to walk in on that, Pandora. It's fine. It wasn't my place to ask. I shouldn't pry, right? Aw, you didn't do anything wrong. Canon's just kind of snippy. That's just putting it kindly. Thank you, Echo. Excuse me, I just remembered something. I'll see you two around. Oh, sure thing. We'll see you later. As we were running around all day, Art and I managed to catch Lyle as he was about to enter his room on the other side of the living quarters hall. Yo, Lyle! Hey there, what's the good word? You're awfully casual for being so difficult to find. Yeah, we finally caught you. Huh? You've been running around this whole building solving puzzles. And we've been running around this whole building looking for you. Oh, I'm in hot demand, is that right? Yeah, we wanted to hear your thoughts on the motive question. We thought it might improve relations, but getting to know each other better and all. Ah, that. Forced motive question. It's not a very strong motivator, is it? What if I don't want to talk about it? I suppose you don't have to. Yeah, but we're friends. We should share stuff like this. And friends should know when to let up on the pressure. Oh. Sorry, Lyle. Art looked down dejectedly. I'm sure Art didn't mean to press you so hard. It's fine. It's just, I've known puzzles all my life, you know? Puzzle solving is more of a, introverted task, if you will. They're generally seen as activities simply for passing the time. Cubing, crosswords, etc., etc. I don't really like thinking about who I am beyond my talents is all. I'm afraid that I'm too boring without puzzles. You're not boring. You're plenty cool. I mean, look around. You got all sorts of friends here who think you're amazing for charging right towards solving the electric door. Right, Echo? Amazing is one way to put it. Yeah, Lyle, don't beat yourself up. You have a gift. Thanks, you two. But hey, while we're on the topic, listen to this. I tinkered with the door and I managed to figure something out. Lyle had her attentions as he led the way to the foyer. Here we are. Give the door a try. No way. Does that mean we don't have to stay here anymore? Well, here's a catch. That's the catch. Go ahead. I give Lyle a nervous look before reaching slowly towards the door handle. Bracing myself, I gripped the handle and... nothing happened. I was fine. Wow, Lyle, you did it. I gave the doors a push, but they wouldn't budge. Oh, what now? Is there a barricade or something? I think so. That or it's just hard locked. So I managed to disable the electric door, but the physical barrier is now an issue. I admit, I'm relieved that there's more layers to this task. What do you mean? It would have been too boring if I just had to disarm the door. Unconcerned with the discovery, Lyle was more satisfied with having more puzzles to solve than he was with removing a trap from a dangerous door. Here's something else that would be interesting though. It might be important since it's about this weird killing game twist. After that 9 a.m. morning announcement, I saw Sei sneak downstairs from the direction of the atrium. You know, she actually went to listen to that announcement. You think she actually went to listen to that announcement? I can't think of anything else. Even stranger was after she came down, she went to the dining hall for a minute but quickly left. Poked around in there and saw this in the pantry. Hmm? Whoa, secret note. So is that the so-called special gift? Yeah, I can only assume. I was confused. How could it be a special gift from this morning if Pandora shared the note with me in confidentiality last night? I said to keep quiet about it. I didn't want to confuse things further. I studied a little, and the symbols don't match any symbols of the students that are currently here. I cross-referenced the note symbols with ones from our personal room doors and got nothing. That is, if the note symbols even belong to students. I remember Missy saying something about the other students. Oh? She told me that the preservation project divides ultimate student groups across different wings of the building. Maybe those are students from a different wing. So, what would we do if we did know those students? It's not like we've seen them in our part of the building yet. Who knows? Could it be morphogenic field theory? Lyle muttered something under his breath. Morpho what? Don't worry about it. It makes me wonder though, are we meant to be recognizing other students? For example, I believe I recall Ashley and Echo being friends before this, am I wrong? No, you're right. I thought it was just me though. Right? See, for me, I recognize Art's school emblem, AA Academy, right? Huh? Yeah, how'd you know? I went to Rain Moth Institute. I remember seeing your school symbol when our schools merged. My school used to be called Signal Prep High School before the merger. I thought you were so cool representing the whole school to influence the merger. That's kind of embarrassing. It was such a long time ago, I hardly remember it. Why not? It's amazing that you use your golf skills to make things happen. Our schools have never been in better shape thanks to your help. Thanks. But people complain that my games aren't interesting enough since I always get the same result. A hole in one. They always say games should be entertaining. They should just play golf themselves, you know? Besides, Lyle, you're the cool one. I mean, you use like your deduction or whatever to figure out how to disarm a dangerous door. That's more utility than I could ever have imagined. It's nothing. The door doesn't even open anyway. It's still awesome though. I feel like you could even figure out what the deal is with the killing game announcement stuff. Oh yes, that's the end goal. I'm just working my way through all these small pieces they've given me. The two talked energetically as I awkwardly watched. Oh, sorry Echo. We were just over here talking your ears off, huh? That's alright. I'll take my leave now if you guys want to continue. Sure. It was fun hanging out with you. Let me know if you come across anything else weird, alright? Art and Lyle left, chatting along the way out. They really clicked, huh? Despite Art's lack of sensitivity. We turned around and glanced over at the digital kiosk in the foyer looking for the time. 1500. It's already 3 in the afternoon? Nothing regarding the killing game has happened all day. I guess I should be relieved. I really wanted to find Ashley, but it seemed like she was trying her best to put distance between us. I suppose I'll just pass the time in the study. I made my way to study and skim the collection of encyclopedias. An interesting titled book called Odd Theme Parks Across the World caught my attention. With a tome in hand, I settled in the warmly lit study and began to leaf through the pages. I passed the time reading about the strange underwater theme park called Limu. looked up from the book's pages and towards the ringing sound coming from the ceiling. It is now 4 p.m. It's diet? Ah, boring. So now pump up your blood and shed some. Pump up your blood and to shed some blood. Some inspiring, exciting, and energizing music. Music? This one's a special request from many of you at home. Enjoy! The announcement finished and a cacophony of obnoxious noise started playing overhead. Ah, music is this. I dropped the book to cover my ears. It was pointless. The reverberation pierced through my skull and pounded through the walls. What the hell? Scouring the room, I looked for the speaker, hoping to block the noise, but my efforts were futile. I ran out of the study, but the din kept crashing through my head, amplified worse from bouncing off the walls and hallways. Where is everyone? I instinctively went to the foyer, but it was no use. The door was disarmed, but it was still barricaded. What can I do? The noise was more severe in the foyer as it crashed off the walls and echoed through the main chamber. My head was pounding. I could feel vibrations in my body and my heart beating in my ears. Turning from the draining doors, I saw a shadowy movement at the top of the stairs. Hey! The shadow disappeared. I must have cried for attention, but it was drowned out by the noise. Near the stairs, the shadow was nowhere to be seen. Shoot, where'd they go? I peeked through the glass doors of the closet room, the spa lounge, spotted Pandora reclining in the lounge chairs. And finally, someone helped me with the situation. I threw the door wide open and rushed in. The music persisted as echoes in its beat flooded in the circular chamber. Pandora, what's going on? Can't find anybody. No reaction. Pandora? Oh, don't tell me. No! Time froze. My breath escaped me once more. I slowly came to realize what happened. But my blood ran cold as my eyes lay fixed on the stillness before me. There was no response from her. Pandora was dead. No! Oh, come on, anyone but her. Actually, nobody should have died. We're going to the Deadly Life of Chapter 1. This is actually gonna be so interesting. I darted out of the spa lounge, my eyes tearing through the hall as I screamed at the top of my lungs for help from anyone. Help! Two people swept in at the sound of my voice. What is it? Stop making such a noise. The music is making enough of a racket. Oh, whoops. Right click. It's Pandora. Jeez. Where is she? We raced back to the spa lounge. Cyrus's and Conan's eyes were bound immediately towards the horrific sight. Lieutenant gasped sharply and flinched, nearly toppling over backwards on the recoil. Cyrus' expression hardened. A quiet anger emanated from him, and almost palpable in the air. I myself was completely drained. All I could do was stare in a cold silence. Finally, the music ceased and a new announcement began. Ding dong, ding dong. At last, a body has been discovered in this lounge. You will be granted a period of investigation, then we will begin our class trial. Please accept this generous gift of a special report from called the Monokuma File. I knew it had to be him. It will be printed from the digital kiosk, and it outlines the details of our poor lost friend. Your lives depend on solving this case, so get a crack on. The announcement cut out, allowing stiff apprehension to suffocate the scene. Investigation? They want us to investigate Pandora's dead body? And how dare the announcement call her a poor lost friend? It's their fault for forcing this game on us. Echo, please calm yourself. It appears we are given an opportunity to right this wrong. Maybe difficult to swallow, but this didn't just happen out of nowhere. Someone did this. Culprit. Huh? Culprit? It's only appropriate. The culprit we are seeking is the killer is responsible for Pandora's death. His voice was firm, but I could see him clenching his jaw. His eyebrows furrowed as he looked back at the body. Helen, however, stood unmoving. She neither moved nor spoke since we saw her flinch at the first sight. It's like she froze. Right. The door flew open suddenly as I heard everyone clamoring as the spa lounge entryway. Say shrieked and immediately fainted. Oh, my girl! Say! The rest of the students made their way in, fright painting everyone's faces as they each caught sight of the spa's terrible centerpiece. Unbelievable! I wish that the announcement was made in jest, but it appears I have been made a fool for hoping. Oh. Heck, this is too much. Why, Pandora? Why? Everyone seemed at a loss for good reason for sure. The announcement said we were given a period of investigation, but I couldn't help but think that it was a detached request. Investigate the murder of our friend? Where will we even begin? Missy's commanding voice broke silence. So, we've been instructed to investigate such a thing. The Monokuma file should tell us all about the means of her death. But how do we even start? Does anyone know the first thing about the investigating a dead body? No one spoke up, but Missy pressed on. Yeah, because none of the people here are the ultimate investigator or detective or anything. Man, I wish my boy Shuichi was here, dude. What we can do now is investigate to the best of our ability. If there's even a small trifling matter that plays into this, keep it in mind. We need to put our best foot forward in investigation if we are to find this heartless culprit. I have a bad feeling that this class trial may be an unforgiving scene. It's such a tragedy. Dreadful more so that we must be the ones to discover the culprit among us. Oh, among us? Everyone was visibly stressed as we all stood some feet away from the body, afraid of approaching the reality of our situation. The air was thick with tension, but Ashley cut through. Missy's right. We need to get to the bottom of this. Someone killed our friend and for some awful reason, if not for the ultimate prize. Murder is murder. Someone dies at another's hand and that life's taken away. One lives, one dies. There's no gray area about it. Ashley's eyes were fiery with intent. Someone here. She trailed off, but we could fill in the blanks on her own. She didn't dare to utter the idea that someone standing within our ranks did this. She marched over and gently laid a hand on Pandora's, sharing a moment of silence for her. The rest of the group was unnerved but silently agreed. Missy and Ashley were stern, but they were right. I was shocked at the sight of Pandora's body. But I mostly felt sad. She looked peaceful, suspended in a newfound endless slumber. The longer I looked at Pandora, the more the suffocating melancholy in my heart grew. My heart ached to hear her voice again, to see her smile. She had so much life, and it was dashed away in an instant. I clung to whatever memories I had of her. I couldn't let her warmth, her love, her hope go unforgotten. Someone killed her, and we need to find out who. Not only for our peace of mind, but for Pandora's sake. Despite my fervor, I was still anxious about investigating a body. It was only natural. Just this morning, Pandora was so animated, sharing her breakfast pastries and getting along with everyone, but now all signs of life were erased. leaving a cold semblance of her person. Try to work through the nerves by asking the others their thoughts on the situation. That is, if anyone had anything to say. Investigation commence. Ooh. Wait, do we actually get to? Oh my god, we actually get to actually investigate. Oh my god, finally. We actually get to the dang freaking... Alright, I think the first place we should look is the Monokuma file. The Monokuma file sheds some light on Pandora's death. It looks like a considerable amount has been conveniently omitted. Or rather, the entire file has been paraphrased for the purpose of vagueness. May I take a look? Missy handed me the black postcard-sized sheet. Ooh! Whoa, okay. Victim Pandora Espere. Cause of death, victim suffered from strangulation. No further injuries detected. Anyway, I kind of want to see what the rest of it says. Discovered in the second floor spa lounge, the victim suffered strangulation. The estimated time of death was 16:05. No further injuries detected. So it was strangulation. But is that all the information we have? Unfortunately. However, we have yet to inspect the scene itself. I trust none of the first witnesses shifted anything around upon arrival. No, I didn't touch anything. I saw her body, ran out and yelled for help, which called Cyrus and Cannon. Neither of them approached her. Well, there's not much else we can do. I swallowed hard. I still wasn't ready to confront the body, but I steeled myself regardless. Something deep in my heart told me I needed to do this. Echo, I know what you're thinking. It's hard, but we need to face her. Oh, Pandora, no. She was actually one of my favorites. It's Pandora's body. Pandora's bracelet, formerly a rose gold color like my own, now a brilliant neon pink. I guess it meant she's gone. As difficult as it is, we have to search the body and scene for clues. Nevertheless, Missy was having a hard time looking directly at Pandora's body. Oh, do you notice anything odd? I briefly look at Pandora's neck. Her neck seems to be in pretty bad shape. It looks red from some kind of stress. Red? Red? That looks pink, not red. I mean, yeah, I know the blood in Danganronpa has always been pink, but like, why would you say red when the blood? You know what? Whatever. But other than that, I can't really figure anything else out. Victim report. According to Monokuma file, the cause of death states she suffered strangulation. Let's think about it. If she was strangled, what did the culprit strangle her with? Good question. Do you think the culprit went to the climate center and used a rope? Or perhaps they cruelly used their own bare hands? I shuddered at the thoughts. The fact that we had to think about how the culprit committed such a thing was unnerving. There's a small scrap of paper in the pool. What's that? Not sure. Carefully fished out the scrap of paper, taking care not to tear it. Oh. It was soaked, causing the words to be completely illegible. It's impossible to read. Yeah, it's ruined. It almost fell apart in my hands. A note, perhaps? However, the writing is impossible to decipher this at this point. But how could this refuse be remotely related to the case at hand? I don't know. It seems kind of out of place, though. Remember, the announcement from this morning said there was a special gift for whoever went to the atrium. That's correct. Is it possible that this note was the supposed special gift? Can't say. However, I noticed the large ink blots were vaguely in the shape of something I've seen before. I'll have the shreds on the paper on the side of the pool. Wait, is there anything else we have to look at? A body, paper, nothing in the plant, nothing on these. Oh, every time I click, I just spawn a question mark. That's pretty cool. Doesn't seem like anything else. Oh, discuss. I didn't even see that. Oh, I can talk to people. That's cool. Okay, let's go. Let's go one at a time. Let's go at art first. I think I'm gonna be sick. Out this back is took deep breaths. Hey, it'll be okay. I could barely eke out a word in this state. Alright, so, Ashley. Echo. It's selfish, but after I heard the announcement, I was relieved to see you standing in the room. That said, Pandora didn't deserve this. No one deserves this. I just hope she didn't suffer. Ashley fell silent and stared at her lost friend. I had never seen Ashley so distraught. Okay. Cyrus Surik. This is distressing to say the least. Echo, were you the first one here? Yeah. I didn't catch anyone on my way here though, so I can't say I saw anyone suspicious who could have done this. You came pretty quickly after I shouted. Did you happen to see anyone? Can't say that I did. I was in the climbing center right next door too. Was Cannon with you? She came at about the same time as you, if I recall correct. No, I was by myself. While I was in the climbing center, I left the door open if anyone wanted to join in recreation. No one came by at the center, and I didn't leave until I heard your voice. I ran into Cannon shortly after in the hallway, just in front of the spa lounge. Weird. I didn't run into anyone on the first floor either, so whoever did it must have just vanished. That's unlikely. Regardless, how did the culprit give us a slip? Cyrus was grumbling to himself as he tried to organize the events past. Alright, Forte Solo. Is it really possible that the music provoked murder? I can't wrap my head around music being used to motivate something so extreme. I agree. I cannot condone the vilifying of music. It's proven that music has therapeutic qualities, but conversely, select sounds have the ability to cause anxiety and other negative effects. In that case, maybe motivating music was meant to make us stop thinking clearly. I definitely felt startled when it began. Perhaps the rhythm of music can affect your body given our experience. With the motivating music, it was high paced and likely to cause, as the announcer said, blood pumping excitement. I suppose those qualities could have been abused to activate a fight or flight response that would inevitably end up like this. Is that so? That wretched music was entirely irritating, but for someone to succumb and produce such an intense reaction, to what end? As the music was the music really that motivating? Let's go right to left this time. They fainted as soon as she entered the spa lounge. Forte was kind enough to situate her in a spare chair off to the side to regain her strength. Oh. I admit, this is nothing if not shocking to see. The words were unwavering, but Missy's voice was cracked and disjointed. Yeah, I can't believe it actually happened. It's inconceivable. It's a Pandora nonetheless. She held together quite strongly. I'm certain when her spirit would not have been crushed by a game constructed of fear. Alas, there's no thinking in hopeful hypotheticals now that this has occurred. Yeah. I was shaken at how articulate, even on the subject of death, Missy remained. Okay, Lyle. Lyle, what are you thinking? If I'm being honest, I don't know. There's not a lot on the scene to dissect. The only thing that caught my eye was that shred of paper in the spa pool, but it's completely ruined. Expected a bit more of a keen observation from him, but Lyle was either stumped or too shocked to speak on the matter. Hananota. Don't talk to me. Tannis spoke through tightly grit teeth. She looked disturbed. Okay, well then. I think this is actually a good time to leave this video here for now. This is actually starting to get a bit exciting, but not in the way that I thought it was gonna be. But then again, this is Danganronpa after all, isn't it? It tends to do that to you. Fills you up with hope and then rips it away in the next second. But that's gonna do it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a